Good day, fellas. I hope you're ready for your daily dose of skill. Today we are going to take a look into Progetto 66, which is a tier 9 Italian heavy tank. If you are curious how the tank is rated, remember index page is always here for you. Equipment, crew field modifications, models, mark of excellence requirements and all other good stuff. Plus on top of that, last time we had a video with this tank, it was back in 2023 April, so it is about the time to remake the video, considering that this vehicle is top of the tree once again. Meanwhile, fellas, let's try to make this beautiful, magnificent mother trucker work. How about that? Overall, where the tank goes, there is a couple of the guns which you can use. And I'm instantly going for a gold because I can see double E75, but we'll see is it going to be a good idea. Meanwhile, there is two guns that we can use. We can use 400 alpha damage, and I think this is the right choice. And after that, we have 320 alpha damage, and it just feels underwhelming in the tier 9. And I believe you understand what I mean. The DPM of this tank is absolutely garbage, unfortunately, but the gun accuracy is alright. So at least that's something. You know, it's better to have lower DPM, but better gun accuracy sometimes. Plus on top of that, it just it has autoloader, right? So with autoloader, fellas, the DPM isn't so relevant, if that makes sense. Autoloader simply fixes the stuff quite in quite a good way, so that is a highlight. Meanwhile, as you can see, we have hits, and hopefully, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to get some good use here. And once again, our goal in this situation is just to try to punish the heavy tanks who are playing over there. I saw the E75 with PP up, so that could mean that this Mr. E75 is a baboon. I mean, there is a humongous chance he is baboon, don't you think so? And by the way, all of them are waiting until I am going to peek here, so obviously I am not going to do that. The risk is just way too high, and the reward isn't that great. So we need to be smart, and we need to try to figure out how to play the game without getting punished. Beautiful accuracy, very, very nice. Even with the hits, we are shooting through this, to those fences like there is no tomorrow. Beautiful, very, very nice. Can we punish this gentleman? Unfortunately, no, we cannot. This E75 is looking at us, by the way. Yeah, hits are the correct choice over there. Listen, we are playing against the super heavy tanks. I cannot be as aggressive as E75 can, you know? I believe that makes sense. But what we can do, we can lurk in the shadows, and we can simply wait until they are going to make too much pressure, and after that, rest is history, right? That's what we are doing. And this is how we are playing the game. And so far, I am pretty satisfied with this. Cheers. So far, so good. Meanwhile, Mr. Lorraine sitting in the open field. How are you doing this fine day? Beautiful. Lorraine is eliminated. Excellent. This is what we need. So this is, I would say, this is a perfection with a Progetto. You do not want to get too much involved. You want to wait until enemies are going to mess up, and then you are punishing them for free. So far, the start of this tank is absolutely glorious. We are doing everything properly, and we are just having a good time. This is exactly what we want, and this is exactly what we need. Speaking about the things what we want and what we need, beautiful shot into the E75, very, very nice. Another beautiful shot into the E75, and let's not forget his friend. Although his friend was way more lucky, that's okay. Also, one more thing, fellas. This tank has a very, very solid penetration with the high explosives, right? But it's very niche use, if I can say so. If you are left against the Scorpion or a Hashem, you can pop those beautiful high explosives, but other than that, it shouldn't be priority to shoot those shells, if that makes sense, fellas. It shouldn't be priority. Meanwhile, we are chilling, we are refreshing our brain while waiting till this Esterva will mess up, and we are just trying to make this gun work here. Good. Actually, I'm going for another peek over there. I think this E75 will be polite enough to allow us to slap him. Actually, no, not really. He looks way, way, way more angry. Now, we have only 2 in the mag. How we can deal with this situation? Trash 103, that was a mistake, buddy, unfortunate, and we slapped him for 400 in the face. Absolutely glorious. Do I want to go for a blind shot? I could, but I'm not entirely sure, should I? I am just going to reload and we will try to make a bit of pressure for this E75. So this is the perfection, this is as good as it is going to get whenever you are playing with this tank, right? It just happened to be that we found the way how we can slap the enemies without getting slapped back. Everything looks relatively perfect and everything looks fine, right? This is very, very good. This is exactly what we are looking for and this is exactly what we need. I can promise you that not every and each game is going to be to the goodness like this, whenever we just simply can do stuff for free and we can simply punish enemy forces for their stupidity and for their mistakes, you know? Not every game is like this, you know that and I know that. Meanwhile, I am very, very well aware of this E75, but we are going for this gentleman. We are going for this gentleman. Stop turning, yoptararai. I'm trying to punish him into cupola and it is okay. He is dead anyways. Good. Sue slapped me in the ass, but to be fair with you, I enjoyed it, it is okay. And all we need to do now, we need to go for this object. This is what I am planning to do and this is what I am dreaming about. Obviously those tank destroyers, they are sitting in the deep poo-poo hole. It is unlucky for them, but there is nothing what they can do about this. Meanwhile, we are clipping Esterva, since Esterva is in the middle of the field. So it is no brainer for us, and now we are going to jump on this guy, right? We are preparing for a jump, hip hip hooray, and now, beautiful, very, very, very nice. So, it was perfect game with a Progetto, we did not took too many risks, we were somewhere in the heavy line in order to support our team, and this is the proper way how to play with this tank without taking too many risks and just simply punishing enemies for their mistakes and for their stupidity. Beautiful. Excellent, we are back. 4.6 thousand damage, 300 assisting damage, 2 kills, second class, Confederate medal. We are second by experience, we are second by the damage. I feel great with this performance. And minus 7,000 credits because I was spamming quite a lot of gold, but I believe this is understandable why I have done it and against what kind of tanks we were fighting. So that is okay. Let's keep it up, fellas. Round number 2. Now, Skill, I have a question. I mean, this tank, the previous game was pretty damn good, right? It was fine, everything went as planned and everything was Gucci. But why this tank is rated 3 stars? The thing is, armor of this tank isn't phenomenal, DPM of this tank is absolutely disgusting pile of kaku. So after you finished your clips, right? This is a problem, fellas, because after your clips, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, you are defenseless pigeon, if you know what I mean. So this is also very, very much important thing to highlight. Because let's get real. For a second shell, 12 seconds for 400 alpha. That is rough, fellas. That is absolutely rough. For first shot to load, it is 12 seconds. Once again, 12 seconds isn't great for 400 alpha damage. So once again, whenever you play with the tanks like this, whenever you play with the tanks like auto reloaders, your main goal is to stay relatively safe and just simply punish enemies who are messing up and who are making some silly goose mistakes, right? You do not want to be that guy who is going in the front line for no reason whatsoever, if that makes sense, right? At least this is how I look into all of this. Meanwhile, our 50B has a plan. I do not really think that 50B plan is great, but hey, let the guy have a dream. He's going through the middle of the field and he's enjoying himself to the maximum. Luckily, the gun of this tank is actually okay, so we can stay more towards the second lane when the distance is a bit bigger, right? We are not risking too much, if you know what I mean. And this is okay, fellas. We are chilling, we are enjoying ourselves, and we are having a great time. That's what we want to see. Now, speaking speaking about the situation whenever you are fighting against the very, very strong tanks, you know, especially whenever you are fighting without gold, this is a difficult situation because your DPM is very, very limited. So obviously you want to load some hits whenever you are fighting against the tanks that you cannot penetrate that easily. And even if you can penetrate the tank, you need to always be cautious of how the things are looking like, right? Unfortunate. That wasn't intentional, but sometimes it happens. It's okay. Don't worry, we are sitting fine, we are okay. Meanwhile, that light tank is trying to be annoying, and he is annoying, to be fair with you. But once again, it doesn't change the things too much for us. Meanwhile, we are returning back to the same bush. I want to see enemies getting involved over there, okay? But like properly involved, just going brrr. That's what we want to see. And believe me, it is a matter of the time whenever enemies will just simply make a hardcore pressure. At least that's what I am hoping for. Because more likely hardcore pressure would lead enemies to take one for the team, right? This Foch doesn't give a damn about anything, does he? I'm looking towards the dildo, obviously, because he's the easiest target over there. Beautiful, couple of free shots. Once again, the gun of this tank is okay. The problem is the DPM, but you know, it's very, very slim line from making the tank too powerful and making the tank an absolute pile of caco. And the average, I think, is very, very fair where the rating goes for this tank. Average is fair. Okay, how we can deal with all of this? I am very, very well aware of that enemies has quite a bit of the forces playing in the middle, and whenever I am going to get spotted, and eventually I will, this is going to be significantly more difficult for us. Am I going to complain about this? Absolutely yes. Absolutely yes, fellas. How otherwise to play the game if we are not complaining, huh? I need to relocate from here. I believe this is the time whenever we are going to relocate. We still have Minotauro, who is holding this lane. We have Waffle, we have T-30, we have some heavy tanks, and we are going to be fine. To play in the position where I played before, it is significantly too dangerous, because whenever I am going to get spotted here, I am in the crossfire by the two guys over there, and the light tank will start doing circles real soon. So it's just simply not the finest idea for us to be that aggressive, if you know what I mean. It's just not the finest idea. Meanwhile, what do we want to do here? Do we want to get involved, or do we want to have a safe defense parameter? You know what? More I'm thinking about this, more I am considering the safe defense parameter. I think this is the proper way. Because eventually those guys will try to go in front, the E75 will go in front and whatnot. And eventually, is it the correct decision? Is it the correct decision? This is the question, fellas. Yeah, let's try to do so. We are okay. We're big boys, we are going to be fine. So, from this position here, we want to slap the MX-30. I know that we should be able to see the guys sitting here, okay? Especially if they are going to do something silly, which they should. Where is that bush exactly? Is it this one or is it this one? I think this is this one. Going for a blind shot. I should be spotted. Oh wow, I am not spotted. Unless I am spotted all the time. Wow, that was weird. That was very, very, very weird. Okay, understood. Playing safe with this tank. Definitely not playing like a super heavy tank for obvious reasons. Now our guys are making pressure here. Hard game. Very, very, very hard game. Extremely hard game. A bit of assisting damage from the E75, that's good. That's good, fellas. Absolutely glorious. Can we get a decent enough angle to punish this gentleman? Beautiful shot. Once again, just simply paying humongous attention at this guy, right? Boom, into the side. Excellent gun handling. Honestly, what this tank has a decent gun, right? This tank has a decent gun. If I would make pressure like this, which I am considering, the thing is there is a Polish tank destroyer sitting over there, which is annoying, to be fair with you. And I think he just punished the Leo 1. Leo 1 is getting angry on him, good. So that means we can get angry as well, and we can try to get involved to this level as well. I want to craft the side angle for this Polish tank destroyer, right? That would be glorious and that would be amazing. I am just simply trying to have a better angle here. Another beautiful shot. Now I need RNG. Beautiful. I'm telling you, what you can trust on this tank, or what is the selling point of this vehicle, is pretty much the autoloader, even though the DPM is kind of kaku, and the gun handling. That is the biggest selling point of this tank for sure. Okay, so where is that STB? I would love to see this mother trucker sitting somewhere over there, and he should, to be fair with you. And he definitely should be sitting somewhere around this area. Understood. Jack Tiger is going like this, fair enough. Where is the Mr. STB? That's the question. Beautiful shot to the lightweight. Excellent. 3,700 damage, 800 assisting damage. I think we are making the correct decisions. I do not think we are doing a bad stuff over there, okay? Both of the artists are sitting in this side, by the way. Just to let you know, we are highlighting this for our Centurion. That's good. And now what we need to do, we need to try to beat the living crap out of the Mr. Centurion. This is a bit of the issue and a bit of the problem, but let it be. Okay. We are okay. We are chilling. We are enjoying ourselves. We are not chilling and we are not enjoying ourselves. STB is just being mean. Nothing what I can do about that. The guy is playing perfectly hold down. Not much what I can change about this, can I? I'm aware about that Arta in the back as well, don't you worry. I'm very, very well aware of that. Bad shot by me. Can we hit him like this? Yes, we can. If I would connect that shot, maybe then we could have gotten something more. It's okay. I'm accepting this. Better luck next time. Very, very solid play by the enemy STB. That was a good play. I salute him. That was a good one. And we are back, fellas. Unfortunately, with a defeat, but it is how it is. Not much what we can change about that. Nevertheless, 4,500 damage, 900 assisting damage. That's alright. The STB1 did absolutely glorious job. He knew what he was doing, and fair play to this gentleman, right? We finished at second by experience, we finished at first by the damage, and we got 18,000 profits. Once again, not a bad play, but in the same time, I would say this tank needs a bit of the longer games, right? If it happened to be that you have a streak of 15-1 or 1-15, this is brutal and this is pretty disgusting for a tank like this, you know, because you just simply do not have DPM. You cannot do that much. And speaking about being aggressive, you also need to calculate the risks, right? As you can see, my style with this tank, I am playing a bit more passively. I am tiny touch. I'm definitely not playing this like a heavy tank, if you know what I mean, right? I am treating this more likely like a slow medium tank. I would say this would be a perfect description for this. Meanwhile, okay, this is going to be a hard one. Not that many heavy tanks, unfortunately, but hey, it is how it is. I am going into the heavy line nevertheless, although I have a feeling that the main fight should be somewhere around this area, but I think this is just simply better for us to play like this. I'm not going to instantly make pressure here. I do not really think this is the right decision to do, right? We can we can slow down and we can simply try to play hold down in this area. I think this should be good enough. Plus, on top of that, if someone would make a decision to cross like so, we can slap enemies while they are crossing. So that would be very much appreciated as well. Heavy tank is playing here, so only 2 heavy tanks can be in this flank at the moment. Huh. Very interesting. Very, very interesting. I mean, more I look into all of this, more I think maybe I could get involved in a bit different way, if you know what I mean. This is what I am thinking. I'm not too paranoid about Defender, I do not really care about him that much. Especially I can try to make a bit of pressure. You know what? I have a feeling that we are going for it. We will politely ask for support from our Conqueror and we are going to go in. I think that's the proper play to play the game. Even though Skoda is lurking somewhere in the back, T-44 is lurking somewhere in the back, it is not that bad and it's not that awful in this situation. At least this is how I look into all of this. Meanwhile, we have Mr. Defender, we are slapping him into the lower plate, that is okay. We are slapping him into the lower plate, and we are slapping him into the lower plate. Excellent. 1.2 thousand damage from the clip, very, very nice. This is exactly what I would love to see, and this is exactly how the things are looking like. Beautiful. Why are we playing a bit aggressively in this situation? Well, you see, our aggression is in a way calculated. At least this is how I look into all of this, right? We just simply notice that the enemy team is making a hardcore pressure in the other side. And what hardcore pressure in the other side means, that means we can play over there. Now, I do not want to shoot the last shell because I think the PM is going to be relatively important in this situation. So let's try to do that. Meanwhile, T-44 doesn't really matter, does it? I want to change the angle a bit. How the angle will look like, I want to take this and I want to try to clip the living crap out of this T-44, okay? I think this is the proper play for us at the moment. And here you go. If I would be this T-44, I would be a bit upset about the situation and I would say egg tuna for my team. Beautiful, another nice clip. This time, as you can see, I made a decision to clip this guy fully. I am okay. Leopard is getting involved over there, but probably he may get slapped by the sniper schnitzels, which is still alright. We should be okay. How about Mr. Skoda? For a Skoda, I'm going to take this position here. Why so? Because we should have significantly better angle like so. Kaboom, right into the back. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, the time has come to go for a base defense, right? I mean, more likely we are not going to win this game, right? I believe that makes sense. Enemy team is just simply playing better and good for them. It happens. You can't win them all. But what we can try to do, we can try to punish this standard B who is literally sitting in the open field, right? So, one punishing shot for this gentleman, that's good. And now the death is coming, okay? I have no doubts whatsoever that we cannot do absolutely anything about this and we are going to get claimed by the enemies, which is okay, it's fair enough, fellas. You cannot win them all. I am not too paranoid, I'm not too sad. I just know that some games are going in this way that you simply cannot win. Oh, definitely not a lag. You saw that yourself, what happened over there. It's okay, good, excellent. Grille is dead, and now let's die. I would not play that much in front, so I would get probably a couple of extra shots in this situation, right? But once again, that was pure lag, not much what I can change about this. I am not entirely sure, is it my internet who is messing me up or the game is lagging nowadays, but it happened to be that nowadays quite often we have situation like this when the tank is just simply moving in front for like 1 or 2 seconds and it's just uncontrollable. Maybe it is a server lag, who knows. Anyways, let's see the score. Okay, Excellent. So what do we have, fellas? 4.2 thousand damage, 2 kills, unfortunately defeat, but what can you do? We are first by experience, we are first by the damage, and as you can see, in this game I played with this tank like a heavy tank. I went into the heavy line and I tried to get involved to the best of my abilities, right? And it just simply worked out just fine. Also, Baza spotted 3,000. Good for him. Excellent. Anyways, 23,000 profits, and overall where the session goes, I think we played well. Our session is 4.5 thousand average damage, 400 assisting damage. But once again, it was pretty much perfect. Yeah, win ratio wise, it's bad. 33% win ratio, what can you do? You can't win them all. But overall, we are the playstyle of the tangos, I think that was a solid banana out of 10, and we made Progetto 66 work to perfection. At least in my humble opinion, that was the case. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, fellas. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Good luck grinding Rhino if you are, and if you don't and you have Progetto 66, feel free to dust your tank. Thank you very much for everything. I appreciate you, fellas, and see you very, very soon. Skill is out for today. Peace!